To decode the mechanics of the Quran, we have to look past its religious history. The text functions as an eternal topological universe, a mathematical manifold that suddenly locks into a precise geometric grid. Approaching the book as a collection of human stories limits our perception. Narrative isolates events in time, but topological laws operate as constant structural mechanics. Verse 39-23 identifies the text as mutashabih in Mathani, terms meaning self-similar and paired in recurrence. This internal folding creates a closed recursive system where every part mirrors the whole. Because the system is closed and self-similar, every coordinate, root word, and verse number functions as a strict parameter. They are the constants that maintain the system's structural integrity. Our objective is to locate the exact numerical coordinate where human action intersects the eternal memory field. Mapping this intersection requires us to treat the text's own vocabulary as the source code of its physics. This geometry introduces the dual caustic universe framework. The system is governed by two orthogonal, overlapping fields mapped onto a Smith chart. The real horizontal axis and the resistance circles represent the D10 field. This is the derivative field, the DDT of reality, measuring physical action, sequential time, and the friction of human trial. The intersecting reactance arcs map the I9 field. This is the integral field, the integral of dt, that stores hidden patterns, wave functions, and continuous memory. These fields are orthogonal. They exist in the same space, but follow different laws. One tracks the localized particle event, the other preserves the continuous wave. The human experience requires navigating the measurable action of D10 while simultaneously aligning with the hidden, continuous pattern of I9. Standard translations often treat the terms Arsh, or throne, and Kursi, or footstool, as interchangeable. The Arabic root architecture proves they serve two distinct mechanical functions. The root for Arsh and the root for Kursi share 0 letters. They are separate constructs with no lexical overlap. The root for Arsh means to build or roof. Verse 11:7 places this built structure upon water, the fluid medium of matter and measurable change. This identifies the Arsh as the manifest construction of the D10 field. Because the Arsh is a D10 construction, it is the realm of biological vulnerability. It is the state where memory is lost and must be recovered through physical effort. The root for Kursi means to found or gather. Verse 2255 says it wasiya, or encompasses, the heavens and the earth. It acts as the container of containers, making the Kursi the I9 integral of the universe. The Kursi acts as the invariant foundation. It serves as the seat of continuous wisdom and memory that does not decay or suffer from the fatigue of time. By using distinct roots, the text distinguishes between what is built, the Arsh, and what it is built upon, the Kursi. They are the two poles of a single boundary. This macro geometry of the universe scales down to the local node of the human soul. Verse 50:21 provides the anatomical blueprint, stating that every soul arrives with a driver, a psyche, and a witness, a shahid. The rigid, oscillating wave is the driver, operating in the D10 field, providing the kinetic push through physical trials. The smooth, continuous line is the witness, operating in the I9 field, observing action while preserving the internal record. The driver handles the friction of the trial. The witness interfaces with the eternal memory of the book. These are the dual structural realities of every person, one soul, two functions, operating in parallel. If the driver and the witness belong to the same soul, we must explain why they typically operate in total isolation from each other. This separation is the result of the Tawgud filter described in verse 34:21. Iblis functions as a topological obstruction. This filter forces the cohesive stream of the soul to split into chaotic, diverging currents to test its alignment. The filter traps the host in the D10 field of physical doubt. It severs the host's awareness of the I9 witness, making the eternal record feel completely distant. This creates the illusion that our physical actions and our continuous meaning are entirely disconnected. Bypassing this filter requires the execution of a specific mechanical command to force these separated vectors back into alignment. That command is found at coordinate 1912. This verse provides the structural schematic for the entire dual caustic framework. The number 19 encodes the I9 field, the continuous book, the eternal trust, and the Kursi that remembers. The number 12 encodes the D10 field, the sequential trial, the Arsh action, and the path of physical manifestation. The command of 1912 is, "O Yahya, take the book with strength." Yahya is the prototype reader. He executes this grip before his trial fully manifests, preparing his soul's internal geometry. The numerical coordinate itself, 1912, mirrors the exact dual-field topology that the reader is instructed to unify. The root ko-wei, or strength, in this verse refers to a coupling mechanism. It is the activation torque required to connect the two fields. When this grip is executed, the D10 action path locks on to the I9 book field at a central centromere point. This mechanical lock causes the driver and the witness to fuse, turning the dual vectors into a single singularity. This alignment fulfills verse 23, verse 8. The soul becomes faithful to both its internal trust and its external covenant simultaneously. Only this specific structural alignment validates the pre-temporal promise made by the soul in verse 772. The Arsh becomes memory recovered through action, and the Kursi remains memory preserved through wisdom. The reader uses both. The 1912 grip resolves the split between the driver and the witness. By applying pattern recognition to the text, the reader completes the internal circuit, aligning their physical path with the eternal record.